right, all right, all right. Hey, listen, welcome, folks. Those of you that are, oh man, fortunate enough to be with us today, welcome you, welcome. And I've got a treat for you in the next time that we spend together, right? And I want to welcome you again and ask you a question. When you saw this information, what really resonated with you? Put it in the comment section when you hear it, right? When you share this information with your friend, which I'm going to ask you to do, what is it that spoke to you? It's important that we know, it's important that we understand that so we can continue to deliver the information and the message that helps you go from the heartbreak to healing, utilizing pathways to extraordinary love that we talk about, right? And today's treat is going to be phenomenal. So I've got a couple things before we get to it. I just want to lay out here for you, get some help from you, right? As we go through this process, as we get to know one another, as we kind of hang out together. Just a couple of things. One, when you come in, let us know where you're from, right? Whether you're recently divorced, been divorced for a while, or you haven't gotten divorced yet, because we don't want to exclude those people too. Wherever you might be in the cycle, in the process of divorce, let us know that, right? Secondly, you're going to probably hear some things that may feel a little challenging, that may rub you, may feel insensitive, may feel like a little personal. Believe me when I tell you this. It's meant from love. It's empathetic in all aspects of the word, right? Because listen, I qualified to be here today to talk to you guys about this subject. And it's not a sexy subject to talk about. It's not one where you run around telling everybody, hey, I'm getting ready to go to a webinar with Comeback King, right? And it's around divorce, still trying, but you still can't feel it's over, right? That's kind of that feeling you have. You're still trying, but you can feel it's over. Is that you? So anyway, I get it. But I'm going to promise you that you stay here with me and you go through this exercise, and whether you're hearing the recording, which I'm thinking we're going to do a recording on this, and then you're going to get this, but we're just going to keep it in the library at Comeback King Enterprises. Not for certain, however that may work out for you. Participate today while you're here, right? So I've already asked you if it's okay if we get a little personal, it's okay if it gets a little edgy, kind of push you a little bit, and most importantly, to participate, right? And be kind to one another as we go through this piece. Right? Everybody's in different places, different phases. So, and I've got some notes I'm going to refer to from time to time so we can keep it moving. But the webinar is going to be a powerful thing. And let me know where you're coming from, whether it's Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, right? So we can make sure we correspond to you the proper way. All right. So tell me again what you're going to do for me, right? You're going to allow me to speak to you like you speak to me. We're going to have a conversation. We're not going to be too offended if things might feel uncomfortable. I don't mean that by any harm, right? It's not judgment by any stretch of the imagination. And lastly, I hope we can get through this. I've got some kind of crazy cold, and man, I'm barely hanging in here with you, but I'm going to show up today and do my best. And if I have to go away and clear myself up, I'm going to do that and come back to you, right? But I'm going to do my best. Help me do my best so that I can serve you. That's the whole goal, right? And for those of you that don't know me, my name is Jeff Tyson, and I'm the founder of Comeback King Enterprises, who promotes and puts these programs together, right? They're committed to amplifying the message about the power of the comeback and seeing the comebacks from divorce and bad relationships as a lifestyle, man, and to embrace it with courage, to embrace it with, faith that you're going to get through it, right? And find a new way to live through the struggle. Oh, man, yes. Because it's not easy. When you walk around exhausted, right, empty emotionally, that's a tough one. That feeling where you just don't know, right? You just don't know. You find yourself sad in a way you can't explain. Brokenhearted. Oh man, look, ladies, I'm gonna tell you, fellas, we need to just kind of just for a moment understand the power of surrender, understand the power of acknowledging what's really going on with us. I'm talking to you around this space, gentlemen, but this message today is for men and women who have experienced divorce or going through it. Right? But fellas, man, we this is not the place to be strong. This is not the place to stand with your shoulders back and your head up and your mind closed. This is a space to be open-minded and understand the power and the gift of surrender. Asking for help. I mean, let's stop smiling for people and falling apart on the inside. So anyway, kind of laid some groundwork down. We've got some household rules, and I'm going to get in here and out of here as quickly as possible. And if you're wondering if there's something else for you, I'm certain that you're going to find that out. You can bet on there is. I'm excited that when we get to that point for you. All right. So let me find out where we're going here, and this thing we can get this party started, as they say. As my granddaughter says, let's get this party started. Oh man, so make sure you do what? Put comments in the section, share this information with your friends, take some good notes, right? Raise your hand and drop it in the comments. Got a question if you have it. We'll be sure to get to it. So what are you going to do? You're going to let us know where you're from, what part of this journey that you're in. Okay? And if you're really looking for a home, a safe space, a place to reset, refocus, and re-engage in that process, that journey, that extraordinary pathway to self-love again, then you're in the right spot. I put the opportunity for you to join our community, right? Make sure you do that. That's in there. And what's up, Isaac, man? How you doing? Thanks for stopping in. Appreciate that, man. We got a conversation around divorce and bad relationships, man. And we're going to go through something that hopefully will leave some folks with some hope, leave some folks with some promise that they can reset because it's possible. And you're going to find out that, as I said earlier, I do qualify for this. So let's get started. All right. Let me see how we're going to roll this thing out. And as I talked to you before, right? Welcome to the Summer Series Fireside Chat. In this phase of our position, and it's a mirror moment, right? And what's that mean, really? I'm just going to stop here for just a moment to talk about that. That mirror moment, man. I got to ask you a question. I want you to get honest with me. This morning, when you were in the bathroom or wherever you were, how long did you take a look at yourself in the mirror? Right? Did you do like I do a lot of days when I'm busy? I'm looking around, I'm brushing my teeth, and I may look at my hair and look up, and then I'll glance away from it. Right? How many times do you really stop and take a look at who is looking back at you? And if you're doing that, how many times is that person looking back at you full of energy, full of excitement, living life at the highest? Or is it looking back at you with some despair, some pain, some unresolved things that you're still carrying along? I want you to think about that, man. And why is that so important? Because look, we all have mirrors in our house. We got mirrors on our phones. We can take ourselves and reset ourselves just by taking a moment to look into the eyes of the person that's looking back at you. Ooh-wee, man. What do they say? The eyes are the windows to the soul. I love that. Anyway, talk about that whole piece of this, man. Why I get excited? Because we all have that, so everybody can benefit from this, right? So my 3-step challenge to start the healing journey is based off of the mirror moment. We're going to get to that point of it, right? Again, my name is Jeff Tyson, the Comeback King, and Comeback King Enterprises is the sponsor and the founder of this program and many more educational tools around relationships and leadership. If you're curious, reach out to me and we can talk more about that. All right. So here we are, the mirror moment, baby. You got to remember this. You got to participate with it, right? So let's go. All right. I kind of talked around some things around who this thing is for, but let me just talk for just a moment specifically. Right. Here's the question. Who is this for? And it says that if you've been replaying everything you said throughout your whole marriage or your relationship, the good, the bad, and the ugly, and you just keep playing that thing over and over again. It's on rewind and automatic button that's just spinning, and everything you wish you had said, replaying everything you said and everything you wish you had said. Man, I wish I would have been nicer. Man, I wish I hadn't used profanity so often around. Man, I wish I hadn't taking away her or his dreams. I wish I hadn't passed blame, shame, and guilt. Put in the comments what it is for you, or write it down. Right? I mean, hey, let's stay private if you have to. I mean, I don't. Hey, I want you to be comfortable with me and be comfortable with what we're talking about. I really want you to do some work here, right? All right. Told you it's not going to be sex with you. It's going to be healing, baby. Come on, let's go. Trying to fix it alone. Oh man, I did that. I was like, man, let me just figure it out. Right? Until one day somebody told me, Jeff, how's it working out? You're trying to figure it out on your own. What kind of results are you getting? I had to think about that for a minute, right? What kind of results was I getting? Not very good ones. I kept putting myself in situations that only exposed deeper wounds and right. But I couldn't see it. Sometimes we're in the frame and we can't see it. Sometimes we gotta have somebody else give us some perspective, right? While feeling more invisible every day as a result of those actions. So where are you? I mean, I'm just talking, right? Just let me know where you are with this stuff, right? So who is this for? If I've been on, this is the third one now, swinging between fight for it and I can't do this anymore. Woo-hoo. What do you mean by that, Jeff? Well, let me just talk to you for just a minute. You're fighting for it. That's clear. You know you're going to do whatever you can. Blaming, not holding myself. Yes, that's so true, right? And so swinging between fighting for it. That means doing everything that you can. I mean, if you were the one, the culprit, and blew everything up, and that's part of my journey, and you're like, oh man, you know you want to save this thing, and you're doing all you can, and you hope that this thing will last forever when it started, but it's falling apart in front of you, but you're fighting for it. And your partner, as much as they may want to, they can't take you back. Right? Or you can't take them back, whatever side the coin is on. That's a real thing. I can't do this anymore. Right? Which one? So you go back and forth, man. You spin this way, you spin that way, and then you look at yourself again, and you spin this way, and you spin that way, and then you look at yourself again. Come on, man. I know I'm not the only one that did that. Blaming, not holding myself accountable. If you've been blaming other people, not owning your part. Look, it's super important to get to that piece. How do you get there? I mean, it's hard to do sometimes, but man, we have some really cool ways of getting that to help you see the road to recovery from that. Ownership in this process is key and critical, man. Right? Anyway, just going to touch on these things so we don't stay here forever, because that's what the future programs are for. Only time I want to run is when I don't want to hold myself accountable. Man. That's so powerful. So how many of us out there are blaming still? If you've been blaming, if you've been denying your responsibilities, if you've been using your kids as pawns, I did something last week about using, the do's and don'ts around your children in this situation, right? Are you putting them? Are those your little spies? You developing little spies so you can tell them what to do and they'll go do it, and then all that stuff that we do as adults, and that's part of not taking responsibility. Come on, man. Hey, I got to tell you, this is a non-judgment conversation because I have my own story to tell, right? And it's not all roses, man. And I had to do these things that he's talking about, taking responsibility, man. And actions that I did that weren't, they just blew up everything. So I got it, man. We got this thing together. So let's huddle up. Let's lean in. Let's lean in some more here. Come on, man. Let's lean in some more, right? So what's the next one? Losing sleep, losing focus, losing yourself. Pick one. Losing sleep. Nights, many weeks, many months of restless sleep, very little sleep. What does that impact your body? Yes, it does, health-wise, your performance at work or running your business, right? I mean, sleep is such an important ingredient. Sleep, water, nutrition, all that stuff, right? Losing focus because you're tired all the time, right? angry, lost yourself. Oh man. Ooh. That journey back was something, Isaac, but we can get back. We can lose ourselves and we can recover and we can find our way back. And I got some promise here today. All the stuff we're talking about that may feel heavy right now, my promise to you is this: stay with us, right? Stay with us because the mirror moment is a real thing, right? And it's something we all can do. And we can begin to change right there in front of us. Ooh, and losing yourself. So, boy. I hope I haven't lost anybody yet because it might feel a little tight. But if it's tight, hold on. If it's uncomfortable, hold on, right? Let's walk this walk together. Let's take this journey together. You are not alone, man. You're in a safe zone. Right? If there's nothing else I can tell you, I can promise you that. We understand, I understand. More importantly, it's possible to get on the other side, baby. That's right. Possible to get on the other side. So let's keep it moving. So I always like to start with this simple question, right? I mean, we've been talking about this for weeks. And when was the last time you told yourself the truth? No mask. When was the last time you really looked in the mirror and said, man, and started being accountable, like Isaac was saying, for the action that you took, for the creation of the problems that you created from those actions, and who was really at fault, who was really responsible? No mask. When was the last time you did it, if ever yet? If you're wondering why you can't seem to move on, if you're wondering why all the relationships that you're trying to get involved in, where you haven't really healed yet, or working out, blowing up in your face, all this stuff. Or you know, some people go to the gym, right, and they start working out and getting all in shape, six-pack and all that stuff. But at the end of the day, when you get home, when things are quiet, you still feel the same way about yourself. That's not working anymore. Oh, I'm good. I like that one. Are you really? Are you really good? When's the last time you really said, this is what I'm really feeling? Do you have a place where you can talk to somebody about that? Are you comfortable enough to do that? I hid everything. I kept everything a secret, man, for as long as I could, because I was embarrassed. I was ashamed, right? I was like just beating myself up all the time, right? I'm good. Yeah. We can say the most outrageous stuff to justify the denial that we hide behind. Come on, man. Look, if you haven't noticed by now, I'm talking just about my experience most of the time and what I know that you may be going through as well. And to reassure you that you don't have to do this journey by yourself. So anyway, let me ask you a simple question, because I got another one coming right behind this one. This is the piece where we have a conversation, right? I ask them questions in the conversation, right? In order to heal, this is what you say. Well, in order to heal, I need to do this. I need to drop. And then here, I gave you some suggestions that see if they sound familiar to you, right? I need to be stronger. I hear that one all the time. Yeah, man, fellas, I just need to be stronger, man. I just need to whatever. You know, I can't really say the words that normally come out of your mouth when you're in that state of denial and your ego is just so strong, your pride is just so strong that you can't help yourself. Be stronger. Ladies too, timid, you know, I'll be stronger. I'll work harder, right? That fits either side. Ignore the pain. Ooh, man, let me tell you something. There comes a point when the pain gets so great that balling up in the corner, sleepless nights, all that stuff just wearing you out. That's when I encourage you. You feeling like that? Oh man. Turn it over. Whatever you believe in, whoever you believe in, God, universe, seek some help in that space at that moment, man. And if you're fighting back the tears, let them go. Tears are healing, baby. Tears heal the soul, cleanse the soul, man. Anyway, pray more, stay busy. Here's a good one, Isaac. Talk about man up. Man up, man. I manned up. Ooh, guys, ladies, Is any of this resonating with you? If it hasn't been you, have you heard your friends talk about it before? Have you seen it happen in real life? In order to heal, I need to do these things, right? And we all know that these aren't healing processes, right? Because look, what's the next slide going to talk about? Oh, while that may be true, we humor you by saying that. While that may be true, these things that you think you need to do to heal. Look at the first thing. Read it out loud. What's first freaking one that we talk about? Boy, Isaac, I know, brother. I know, man. Grateful that we learned it though, right? So why, while that may be true, the one that we were talking about, the slide before that one, don't forget about that slide where we're going to be stronger, we're going to pray more, we're going to work harder, right? Healing really comes from trying harder, man. It just doesn't work, right? I mean, you can gain some, if you're training physically, you can gain some conditioning. If you're studying more for something, you can gain some brains, right? You can gain some things, man. The healing piece, bro, that doesn't go away. That feeling festers, man. Shows up in ways that aren't healthy for us. We've already talked about that, right? I already talked about that stuff, right? So healing comes from trying harder. No, most people don't need more willpower, man. I'm gonna will it through. I mean, willpower is a bunch of crap anyway. I believe. This is what I believe, right? The will's only gonna get you so far. You got to have more on what is. What's really the meaning? What's life means to you for real, right? What's that really mean for you? What do you want out of your life? How do you want your life to be? How do you want your reset to be? Because we're talking about a reset here, right? How do you want your comeback to be, man? I'm talking all the time about the comeback, baby. Right? Are you seeing this as part of life? It's happening to you. You're in it. Now what? Right? What framework are you putting around it, man? Right? That framework, that four-corner piece, right? Where you have A, B, C, and D. At least some idea of what to follow, some plan, right? I mean, something simple to do. And so today I'm talking about the mirror moment, man, that helps you see the patterns. Oh boy, when I finally started to understand, take a look, I took a moment to look outside of my life and then watch myself for a day, and I would see the action that I was doing, man. Right? The compromising situations I was putting myself in emotionally. And I'm not blaming anybody, man. I mean, she was always clear about no. But the marriage, it wasn't a hateful marriage, man. It was just three of us, and I told you, life shows up and kind of twists things around. But man, for the most part, it was one I thought would last forever, right? So it wasn't joyful, like free from that. It's like, what have I done? Right? What have I done? How many times? Who said that before? Where might you be in this journey? Right? Because it's three things, man. It's the first one is we stop the sanity, stop the vicious cycle. Anyway, man, it's just I enjoy being able to share this information with everybody because, man, there's at the end of the road, there's a possibility for change, right? For the better. So you need a new framework. And today I'm giving you a mirror moment. We've been talking about it, and I love it. And it helps you see. I already talked about the patterns, taking a look at the actions that you're taking each and every day, the exposure to things that you shouldn't be doing, but you do it each and every day. What patterns are you doing? And then breaking that loop, that those patterns create a loop, man. Monday, you do this. Tuesday, you do this. Excuse me. All right, we're gonna keep it moving, right, and doing our best to keep it rolling up here, right? So today helps you see the patterns, break the loop, that cycle that you're doing. Riding around, going by the house, fellas or ladies, seeing who's there, right? Calling them, hanging up on them, send them text, pick whatever you're doing. Going on Facebook, I mean, you can do everything now. Check on them at home, never have to leave, right? If they haven't blocked you. Excuse me, if you haven't been blocked yet, right? Whatever that loop is, man, that insanity loop, right? And then the last piece, once we've looked at the patterns, right, and there's some practices around breaking the loop, and then the next thing is that rebuilding the comeback, right? Oh, man, you need to get excited about that because that comeback journey, baby, I'm telling you, is a real thing. And you're going to come back stronger. You're going to come back with more faith. You're going to come back with more reasons to enjoy yourself, no matter how you might be feeling right now. Right? So what are we talking about? Trying to keep the marriage, and you're going through this thing, right? Or you finally said, I can't do this to myself anymore. And you made some decisions and you changed, and now you're free. You're free, but you're divorced now. So you're looking for new relationships. So 1, 2, 3. Right? 4 is that journey. Come on, man, that journey. It all starts with the mirror, baby. Look in the mirror. Go in there now. Wherever you're at, just stop, go look in the mirror and really look at yourself. Tell me what you see. Come back and say, hey, Jeff, man, I did that. Here's what I saw. Right? I tell you, for me this morning, it was kind of like, man, I struggled a little bit looking in the mirror myself this morning, man. Wasn't feeling good physically, right? And that kind of like, I didn't get everything I needed done. So I had that noise going on, you know, that. And then I wanted to make sure we were ready for today and missed some pieces on that. And we're rushing and all that. That's how it was yesterday. So my morning was like that. How was yours? All right, so let me ask you another question. Here's some question periods, guys. So just, again, let me know where you're from, when you're dropping in, and what resonates with you. And please know you're in a safe space. It's not judgment, man. Come on, let's get clean today. Let's get free today, right? This is about getting free, right? So let me ask you a question. If I could help you find peace tomorrow, I'm talking about peace, right? Man, that was such a far-fetched idea for me when I was in the crazy turmoil, right? On top of going through the divorce, my business, my baby that I had built, from scratch, finally left corporate America and built my business, and it was getting cleaned out from the housing market crash of 2000, whatever that was. I'm going through this and I'm juggling this and I'm juggling that. I wasn't focused. I didn't have a pattern. I was just going through the motions of life. Man, come on. Peace. Why you think I'm asking you about peace, baby? Because I know you don't got none if you in the loop, man. I know you don't have it. That was bad English. I know you don't got none. I know you don't have any peace, right? Right. Will you find it simple to protect and keep it? Wouldn't you want a simple way to protect it if I could show it to you and keep it? I mean, that's a yes or no question, right? So, all right, guys, we're getting through this thing. Peace, baby. That's right, Isaac, man. Real peace. So we're going to keep moving through this thing, man. I'm getting a little hairy voice, but just deal with it, right, with me. I'm going to do my best. Sorry. So ask you that question. Now, I like this. And then read it. Go ahead and read it. And if you got it there, read it. And let me know what you're thinking about when you read it. Drop it in, comment in the section, man. Jeff, this is powerful, man. I don't understand this, but I love this. Whatever it is, like Isaac's doing, let's communicate in this chat, baby. Right? I mean, come on now. This is a conversation. I'm here just to chat it up with you. Right? Get you thinking about some stuff, man. Get you free, baby. That's the promise. Success won't heal what you refuse to face. I'll read that one again. Success won't heal what you refuse to face. We've been talking about denial. We've been talking about pretending like everything is okay. We've been talking about all the things that we do out of habit, that pattern that's running the show right now, right? It's this guy's doing this. I'm going, right? Out of control, right? Anyway, so success won't heal what you refuse to face. And this is for most folks that are doing things, right? I mean, we're all built to lead, man, to provide. I don't discriminate male or female. Hey, look, today's world, we got some powerhouse sisters, we got powerhouse brothers. Everybody's out there making the world shake and bake, right? So it does not discriminate. You don't heal, protect, right? And still be emotionally whole, right? I mean, I watched my daughter and her husband, and she's a teacher, and he's building a trucking business, and they both have things going on in their lives. So they're power couple, young power couple, right? And they're doing these things, man. So they're protecting the family and provide. He's a provider, and she supports and provides. I mean, so it doesn't discriminate, right? And I'll encourage you guys to hear me when I tell you about this next piece. Healing isn't soft, right? Something that we need to embrace, man, right? It's leadership. It's understanding that, man, I need some help. Understanding that my world is going upside down. Understanding that maybe I need to really take a look at the patterns I'm doing, right? Own up to it, all the way back to what my man Isaac was saying. Blaming and not holding yourself accountable. I see so many beautiful people, women and men that have gone through the divorce and you know, they express how much they want to have a relationship. And healing is difficult and complicated. That's a fact of life, man. That's exactly right. It's complicated. It's difficult, but it's worth it. The process to get there is worth it, and you deserve it, right? I deserved it. You deserve it. That's why we're here talking about it, man. Right? Healing isn't soft, it's leadership. Because once we start to fix what's going on with ourselves and our own personal business, and everything else will begin to shift also, right? Look, when, you know, if you burying yourself in work, or if you 7, 8 days a week in the gym, and you're working in the gym, and you're buying and traveling and having all these extravagant experiences in your life, and you've yet to begin the healing process. Woo. Ask me how I know. Right? I mean, I'll only share my stories, guys. Look, that's all I got to offer, and what I've learned and what I've researched and what I've learned from helping other people. What's it been for you? Anyway, healing isn't soft, it's leadership. Your comeback isn't just personal. It's not just about you, baby. But it explains your purpose. What's your purpose in this piece now? Right? What kind of person do you need to be by accepting your part? What kind of person do you need to be by working through the complication and the difficulties of healing? Right? Getting you prepared for something greater, man. Come on, getting you prepared for something greater. Man, I got to calm down a little bit because I'm choking up here and stuff. Come on now. You guys know what I'm talking about. Come on. If you don't, drop in and say, Jeff, what the heck are you talking about? Come on, man. Let's talk. Look at this. You can't out-achieve what you won't heal. When I finally realized that piece, it's like, damn. I didn't like to hear that, because then I had to really look, like what Isaac was talking about. I had to really look at my part, going back and start to check out the pathways to where I ended up. And the healing about that. The things I would have done differently. Like you have some things you would have done differently. Things you would have said differently, like we talked about at the very beginning. Man, I wish I would have said that. I don't know why I did that, right? Looking around, figuring out, right? All that stuff. I mean, that stuff is for real, man. Come on now, performance becomes a mask. All that becomes a mask, and it just, man, oh, listen to me, it just imprisons us. The silence becomes our prison. Aren't you ready to break free from that? And you finally had enough. And if you haven't, listen, we're going to be here for you when you have. And if you have, man, we got something for you. And if you're kind of in between, ooh-wee. Either one of those three, the mirror moment will address all of that stuff for you, right? If you're honest, and I like this part before we move on, and I want you to really think about this and do some work later on. And if you're honest, you've been carrying some of this stuff that's never been processed before you got married. Some of them may have happened when you were married. But we oftentimes find out that there's some heavier burdens that have never been resolved, that are part of behaviors that led to the destruction of the marriage, the ending of a relationship, right? I mean, there's a lot of science around all this stuff we're talking about, right? And man, if you really haven't really started to look at that piece of your life, I encourage you, do it now, right? We need more love in this world. We need more peace in this world. You need more peace in your life, man. I'm offering that peace in your life. That's the promise, right? Aren't you ready for it too? Because look, you can't out-achieve what you won't heal. You gotta be rocket scientists to know that. Sooner or later, it's gonna catch up with you. And see, I've been giving you some hints about all this stuff, right? And part of my journey and the divorce, and it's been 20 plus years ago. My moment when I was like, man, can't have love and peace without respect. Man, I love that. Thank you. Y'all hear what he said? You can't have love and peace without respect. And the respect starts with yourself. Man, and that was one of my aha moments. I'm like, man, I'm doing some things that I'm just diminishing my self-respect, right? Diminishing my self-respect by, putting myself in harm's way emotionally when I've been told, no, it's not going to be. But we were cool, so we like to hang out and all that, man. So we interacted. And the hopes got up sometimes, man. And I just like, she never wavered. It was me manipulating, planning, thinking I could make it work or something like that, whatever. That's at that beginning stage, trying to make it work, right? And then when I got to the second piece of it, sometimes, and Isaac, sometimes we let go of things with claw marks, man. We hold on to it so tight, we stretch claw marks in whatever we're holding on to. Right? Time to open it up and let it go, man. And that's the healing piece of it, right? The healing first, when I began to understand that it's important for me to look out for myself first. And the actions create the results, right? And where energy goes, emotions flows. Where emotions flows, energy goes, and the decision and action, all that stuff, right? Come on, man. And stop pretending, right? And to stop pretending like everything was okay. I had to stop pretending like what I was doing wasn't really harmful to myself. Exposing myself to rejection, exposing myself to things that I didn't have to do anymore. Because, it was time to let go. Huh. There's a comment that Isaac put in here. How about when you thought you let something go, and then a similar situation happens, and it kicks right back in? Oh, man. I was just about to say, listen, this is a process, right? It's not going to all go away overnight, man. It's back to the patterns, recognizing some of the patterns, and then what we respond to, what triggers us in those patterns and in those states. And when we get into all that stuff, later on, but man, I'm just going to tell you, that stuff happens. I'm not standing here telling you I got it all figured out and I'm out. The healing first approach and then everything was perfect after that, man. No. Excuse me. Not by a long shot, man. It still took some time. Man, I still took some time. Because, emotions are those, and when you're in your emotions, they are real and they control things. Whether you can accept that or not, whether you can receive that or not, they do. So, I'm going to take just a second here and see if I can throw it together here, but I want you to think about what we're talking about. Healing first, not image. Show must go on, guys. So we're going to get through this, okay? When the inside gets healthy, the comeback process gets lighter. That's a good piece. I'm going to read it to you again. When the inside gets healthy, we start to get out all of that stuff. We start to face what's going on inside of us, right? We start to recognize our action, our part, taking responsibilities, and starting to seek some forgiveness. All these things, right? The process of the comeback, the idea becomes lighter. The mirror moment, man, is where high results becomes your normal. That's the promise, baby. Look, when you begin something that you can practice on your own, and you can do it, you don't have to have an investment in what this exercise is. You don't have to do anything other than just start today. And I've got, I'm gonna ask you to do something, right? If you're still kind of in some crazy state later on, but just start with one thing. One thing, baby, right? So anyway, the mirror moment is where high level results become your normal. You deserve that. I deserve that. No, it's fine. Like, I can't take it anymore. And I was like, oh, can't take it anymore. Got to be a better way. What about you? Where are you at? This is when your real comeback begins, right? I've watched men and women transform. They stopped hiding. They started using a framework. When we started to practice together different things, when we started to really talk about what was really going on and what the behaviors were and what the triggers were, right? And the value that they still had in themselves, right? Oftentimes it was so beaten down. Oh man. But there's some practices around that, some practices around changing how you feel about yourself, right? I mean, it's real stuff. And then I was like, man, this is a mirror, the mirror moment. Like, oh, I love this. Go look in the mirror. Somebody used to tell me that I've been thinking about who it was. Go look in the mirror. If you're happy with yourself, go look in the mirror. If you're happy with what you just did, go look in the mirror. Because those eyes don't lie. Write that down. Those eyes don't lie. The eyes looking back at you never lie. That's why we don't want to look at it. That's why we're doing this in the morning. We're going heads up and down and everything we can rather than look like I'm looking at y'all right now. Those eyes don't lie. Right? And there's three things in this whole piece, man. What we've been talking about. It's opening up some awareness, right? Some awareness about where you fit in this whole equation. What's your part? What are you guilty of? What you're ignoring? I mean, all that stuff. What you're doing, what's triggering you, how you respond, how you feeling, all that. And then some things begin to release. Right? We used to tell cats, I said, man, look, listen, just for the next 24 hours, when you feel like calling her, call me. When you feel like calling him, don't call me. Write down all the reasons why you shouldn't. Ladies, all the reasons why you should not. And then read them back to yourself. Simple stuff, man. Right? And do it repeatedly until that desire goes away. And what are we doing? We're stacking. We're starting to stack some results. So first day ends up being 7 days, ends up being a week or 2 weeks. 7 days is a week, right? 2 weeks to a month, man. And then a month becomes a year. You got to start someplace. And that's the rebuilding process, right? I've been in the leadership and human development for over 45 years. And the gift of all of my different situations. And a lot of those years I was right in some very influential positions and things like that. I learned a lot about humans and myself. I'm almost there, guys. Hang in there with me. Why am I telling you this? It's necessary for you to understand who's in front of you. Right? I mean, I qualify from the actual process of what subject we're talking about. But more importantly, what I understand today is this message needs to be shared. I understand today that what we're doing behind the scenes is something that can help people on the broader scope. Right? Talking about the situation, right? Sharing the experience. Why you think they call me the comeback king, man? Right? I didn't get that name out of any other way than just like many of you already do. Help other people understand their gifts, go from master to stinking thinking, right? Turn it into truth, helping them find their purpose. I work with men and women, and I've seen what works. Simple. I'm a simple kind of guy. Safe space, truth, and some framework, man. We all need some framework. We hear about it all the time. We always need some framework. How's the framework working for you now? I asked the question. I want you to answer it. All right. Anyway, here's the moment I want to show you the 3-step framework, and we're just going to go through the highlights of it. But each piece of that, take a picture of this, right? If you're going away, you never see me again, take a picture of this, and I want you to practice it, right? First thing is facing the mirror. And your awareness around that. Name the patterns, the triggers, the story. Stop rehearsing. Stop living the rehearsal that's driving you crazy, man. Break the loop. Release yourself and build the comeback. Build the comeback. Rebuild your life. So take a picture of that. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on that. But, man, those are the 3 things. And the first one you can do right now, tonight when you leave, wherever you are, when you hang up from this Zoom, wherever you're at in the car, take a really look in the mirror. And look who's looking back at you. Those of you that are in that phase of still trying to save your marriage, or you're realizing that it's over and you need to start to accept some of the pain and responsibilities, and then what that journey looks like, right? That you go on a new life ahead of you, right? and then the possibilities of freedom. So as we wind this thing down, we got through it almost, guys. I mean, I'm almost there. Hang in there with me, right? Has this been valuable for you? I always like to ask that, right? Because I want to bring some value to your life. And then drop mirror in the chat if this is hitting home in any way. I encourage you to do that. I really encourage you to do that. Drop mirror in the chat. Hey, Jeff, man, bang, mirror, and let me know. I mean, I don't know, I can see depending on where you're coming from, if they'll show up in the comment sections or not, so I'm not ignoring you, right? I really hope that you show up, DM me or something. Man, I'm going to go away for just a second, guys, so I can clean myself up here. Woo, I feel better already. Thank you for letting me do that. Oh, man, this virus. Anyway, drop mirror in the chat if this is hitting home at all, or DM me or however that might be. Because I got something. On the next slide, I'm going to talk to you about something I'm really excited about, right? And this has only been like an hour or something, right? I don't even, maybe it was an hour. I want you to join me for a 90-minute breakdown of the real mirror moment, right? Or I can exercise the promise that I've made to you at the very beginning of this call, man. That wherever phase that you're in this process, baby, there's some freedom. Whatever peace that you're looking for, there's some peace in this stuff, right? Man, so check it out. Here's what we got for you. I want to offer you the mirror moment, a magnificent comeback, right? A 90-minute live workshop. Yeah, man, 90-minute live workshop where we chop it down, and hopefully there'll be no code, and we'll have opportunities to really kind of break down the things and take some time, right? In 90 minutes in the mirror moment, step-by-step coaching with some prompts. Those 3 points we talked about, we're really going to break them all down. If you took pictures of it, I encourage you to go back and take some pictures of it if I never see you again, right? And I mean, some real simple, practical steps that you can take to start that freedom process, baby, right? 60-day comeback map. I mean, we're going to lay out. Listen, I'm not going to take 12 months to help you get free from stuff. I'm going to challenge you for 60 days, man. Here's what you do for 60 days, man. Day 1, day 2, day 3, day 5, day 15, day 20, day 30, right? I can't make you do the work. But if you do the work, you can get free, right? So 60-day comeback map. And look, we're talking about what was it? The mirror moment, step-by-step coaching, some prompts, and then 60-day comeback map, customized to who you are, where your situation is, where your current identity, how you see yourself, right? How you like to see yourself and how you be yourself. I'll say that again. How you like to see yourself and how you be yourself, right? And that stuff's coming on, so you got that. And then the boundaries around that, protecting yourself from yourself at first, and then building boundaries around yourself for those that you care about, right? And some daily practices, man. Some new things that you can do and do immediately. I'm talking about some, man, we got to get together. We got to get busy right now, not later, right? Freaking now, right? It also includes a mirror moment worksheet. Oh, man, that's a detailed worksheet. What does that worksheet look like? It talks about who your valuables are. It talks about what you value. It talks about your assets. There's an assessment of not financial assets. We don't care, right? We're talking about your spiritual and mental and emotional assets, how you see yourself, and some of the things that cause you some grief, some behaviors that you have, right? I mean, looking at the assets and the behaviors and really kind of mapping out, right, some new identity, pathway to a new identity, right? Because how you be yourself is how you see yourself. How you be yourself is how you see yourself. It's time to change how you see yourself. Right? And there's some daily practices, and we huddle up together, man, and we talk about real life situations, and we create an atmosphere of healing, right? Be part of an atmosphere of healing, right? So it includes a mirror moment worksheet. I talked about that. King thinking prompts, king and queen thinking prompts. Take home, right? Look at that. $47. That's $1,000 value. $47 for 90 minutes. $47. And I listen. If it was free, you wouldn't do anything. $47. I'm a little concerned that you take that lightly, man, because it's not that much money. Some it might be. I don't want to minimize it. But $47, you deserve that, man. So look, register, DM me with email for registration and VIP. So stay with me, right? So $47 gets you this stuff. But because I know that the promise that I'm making to you is possible. And what is that promise? It's a peace, a new pathway, and framework to make it happen, right? So look what we got. There's a VIP access, right? Everybody's got VIP access. I know you know this stuff. Here's VIP access. Here's what's happening. Access to minor mirror moment, training recordings, right? So we get that value is at $497. Hey, Russ, what's going on, man? Thanks for stopping in, right? So VIP access to that, right? And then a 60-minute discovery call, man. Look at this call. Look, that's $1,000 call, right? And I'll tell you, those of you that know me, man, that call usually goes about 90 minutes, right? Because my goal is to make you understand that, hey, things can change and it's up to you to make the change, but they can change if you do the work. And they can change, begin to change right now, not later, right freaking now, man. We're talking about speed, baby. Almost done. So hang in there with me, baby. Hang in there with me. So 60-minute discovery call. Value, you talked about the value there, man. And then that call, though, we really go through the other stuff that you're doing, right? From the actual course, we kind of line out each item so that you're starting to see where it's a little fuzzy, You're starting to take responsibility for the actions that you were in denial around, or you were blaming somebody else. You start to own your process, right? This is what the results of this time with me will be, right? You'll start to feel, right? And look, feelings are deceptive, but you'll know when you're in the right space and the feeling is right that you got something. You'll know it, right? So we take all that time to go through that. And then there's a 30-day accountability follow-up plan, right? And look, that's powerful, because I already said, listen, I'm not talking about taking months to get this stuff done. I'm talking about doing it right freaking now, right? So you can get some accountability, man. I didn't have accountability until I did. And once I got that accountability, man, it shifted everything, right? Hey, Jeff, you said you were going to do this today. Hey, Jeff, you said you were going to not do this today. Did you do it? Sometimes, yeah, I did it. Oh, it's going to take a while to get free from this stuff, right? So, and the bonus VIP access to the summit. We do summits throughout the year, Heartbreak to Healing and Pathways to Extraordinary Love. And check this piece out, man. We usually have 15 to 20 speakers coming in, expert speakers from all over the world, man. And they come in here and they drop nuggets. If you're looking for a nugget, if you're looking for an answer to some things, they're going to bound to give you something. You got 15 to 21 different options from experts, man, from PhDs to PhDs in the street, everything in between that. And they come and they drop that fire, man. So you get the replays on that, and they all offer gifts. So that is a big value in that stuff, right? So you get access to that. You get access to the show, and you get access to all the information that's in the show. So, I mean, Pathways to Extraordinary Love is an amazing event. So all this stuff, you get all this. I'm gonna go back here. So you get all this VIP stuff, all these things that normally are like total package is about $4,400, something like that. I don't see the numbers right now, but for those of you that are interested in having some more conversation and get invited to the upcoming Mirror Moment mission, for those of you that want to do that and do that tonight, look, just DM me with your email. Say, Jeff, I'm in for VIP register today. You got to put that in the email. I saw it. I want VIP today. Today is whatever day it is, 18th or something like that. Put it in there for the date, and we'll give you everything that you're reading here. Man. So, just to recap, the Mirror Moment Magnificent Comeback, 90-minute live workshop. Right? In that 90-minute live workshop, we take those three pieces and we give 30 minutes to each piece of that. Right? And conclude with a Q&A, more than likely, on that piece of it, right? So you get that Mirror Moment step-by-step coaching. I'm doing the training, guys. I'm not having anybody else do it but me, right? 30-day comeback map. And that's I told you before, I'm talking about speed, baby. I'm talking about let's get busy. Just stop suffering in silence. Stop walking around creating chaos in your own life. Let's do this thing. Let's do this thing now, right? So 30-day comeback map, identity. What's the identity? What boundaries need to be set? And what daily practices can you start? Admit to you're doing that's causing you harm that we're going to stop doing, right? And here's some practices you can do for that, right? Just real simple, practical stuff, man. But this stuff works, right? Includes a Mirror Moment worksheet. And that's personal. And you get to work with me on what that worksheet looks like, right? The king thinking prompts. King or queen, ladies. I don't discriminate. I mean, I welcome, man. My sisters, man. I enjoy working with y'all. Oh, man. And you know, I was like, man, it's a privilege, right? So all of that, and the fast action VIP upgrade. All that's like $4,400, and you add this stuff together, man. It's a no freaking brainer, right? For $47. So what you got to do today is register, DM me with an email, right? You can get me on Facebook, you can get me on LinkedIn. You know, I mean, you can find me. Demonstrate that you were ready to do some work. Demonstrate that this makes sense to you, right? Come on, man. It's time. It's time, fellas and ladies. It's time to do something different, right? The investment is $47. That's 2 cups of tea at certain places, man. For your freedom, for the ability to regain some calm and peace in your life. And most importantly, some self-respect and self-worth. So, look, it's time to go. I already said what I said. I mean what I mean, and I want you to understand this. What can you do tonight? Whatever phase you're in, you're still trying to save it. You kind of like, okay, like I was, I give. I can't do it anymore. I'm getting the healing, the healing process. And then now you're going to figure out what to do because I didn't know what the heck to do. Right? I was like, but I was doing this. I was used to going here. I was used to exposing myself to this. I was exposing myself to that. Now I got to do something different. Yes, you do. And I can help you. So $47, man, go through it. Understand the power of the process. Right? Not just talking. I mean, we're really working through some stuff. Right? And the bonuses, man, come on. So, as I close this thing out, as we always say in Comeback King Enterprises in the community, is that your comeback is now. It's time for you to rise up with us and just take this journey together and understand that you are worthy of whatever it is that you see yourself in. And that's a problem sometimes. But let's change that. Let's change the image. Let's change the identity. Let's create new patterns and use a new foundation. Baby, come on, to change some things. So anyway, what are you going to do? $47. You got to DM me. Today's the 18th, right? If you want that stuff that we got going on here now, you got to do it today, right? Pass it out with your friends and listen. Bring a friend. Say, hey, Jeff, I saw this. You told me bring a friend on the 18th. Bring somebody. So if you guys split it, it's $23.50. Man. And what if what I'm talking to you finally works? I know you've tried other things. How's that been working out for you? Remember, the mirror moment is where high-level results become your way of life, become your norm. Let's make this journey together. All right, got to run. Glad we got through this piece of it, baby. And I want to thank everybody for participating today. Make sure you pass this information on. Go to Conversations with Jeff. Subscribe. Set up notification bells. And lastly, $47. Go get a friend. Right? We'll do this thing. DM me tonight. We'll get you collected. Get you on the roster. And I want to tell you, you're worth it. Thank you for letting me spend some time with you tonight. Isaac, man, I love you. Russ, thanks for dropping in. And all those that are going to catch the replay, don't hesitate. Let's connect. Let's make it happen. All right. Have a good day.